Well, I had other plans tonight, and I'm in the middle of eating. But the thing that just dropped means that as soon as this is in my stomach, I'll be right back to give you the great news.
A few moments later.
They're either geniuses or they're geniuses. Let's dive in. Greetings and welcome to Geeks First. Today, we have a bombshell of an announcement from Flesh and Blood. Returning to the arena, Azalea Ace in the Hole from Arcane Rising and Katsu the Wanderer from WTR are back in the fray in this new bombshell of a set, Outsiders. Now, I have some serious thoughts about this, but first let's get into the article and spell this out directly for you. Hot off the presses, located at Flesh and Blood or fabtcg.com/articles/outsiders, OUTSIDERS. Outsiders is a standalone booster set that takes you down into the pits, a sprawling web of underground caverns and canals, home to all manner of backstabbing and skullduggery. Still don't know what that means, but I'm gonna find out. Outsiders is the first Flesh and Blood draftable set to feature multiple heroes within each class, making it the absolute most dynamic draft experience yet. Are you drafting Assassin, but are you drafting Arachne or Uzurni? Are you drafting Ranger, but are you drafting Azalea or Riptide? Are you drafting Ninja, which means Katsu or Benji? Each hero has their own strengths, strategies, and card preferences. You'll find yourself wanting to draft Outsiders again and again to explore the depths the pit has to offer. That is exciting to me. So let's get into the heroes of this. There is a mix of new heroes, returning fan favorites, as we mentioned before, featured in Outsiders, and new heroes, including Uzurni, a spider operative assassin, and a ringleader of a band of misfits that includes a new version of Arachne, Riptide, a trapped base ranger. Traps are good? However,
it's a trap!
not all things start out as they become, and past always seems to have a way of infiltrating into the present. A duo of wandering Mystrian ninjas threatened to trigger memories of Usani's origin at a time and place that she didn't fit in, where she felt like an outsider. Like my YouTube channel. Heroes that exist in this set. We have a returning Azalea, Ace in the Hole. Ding! Azalea. Ding! Riptide, Lurker of the Deep. That looks cool. Riptide. That looks cool too. Arachne, Solitary Confinement. Well, that's cool. Uzurni, Switchblade? I don't know. It's spell check. And Uzurni. That guy. We have Katsu the Ninja! Actually, technically Katsu the Wanderer, but with titles the way they are, it sounds like they can have a lot of them. And then Katsu, which you're familiar with before. Here's Benji, the Piercing Wind. Let's get into the next really awesome thing. Hybrid cards. Now, Outsiders introduces a new hybrid card that can be played two different classes at once. Hybrid cards enhance the drafting experience, allow you to keep your options open. The three most iconic hybrid cards from Outsiders appear as Marvels, which have a research note, which to me looks very, very awesome. And perhaps they hold the answer to the origins of the three deadly diseases that plague the inhabitants of the pits. At the pre-release event, you can grab your sidekicks and venture into the pits. Outsiders pre-release events at a store near you will happen within March 17th to the 20th, 2023. Preview season looks like it's going to be starting here on March 4th, 2023, so I'm going to be looking forward to seeing who has what, because this set seems like it's going to have some sleeper cards in it, and that's going to be fun to figure out. The actual release date is March 24th, 2023. Now, Outsiders will have 5 different products within the actual product itself. So let's first talk about the coolest thing that I've seen from this so far, and that's the Marvel cards. I know this is just a reveal, but the Codex of Fertility, yeah, Codex of Fertility has this interesting, like, kind of notebook card face, which they're calling it research notes. Now, something interesting is, back in, like, Magic the Gathering's, one of the other earlier sets, I'll try to find it and put it here, but there were, like, some map cards that they released, or they were, like, double-sided cards, and they had this really beautiful sketch thing. So, to me, the art on this is going to be phenomenal. Like, I'm definitely going to want to collect those because to me those are just beautiful. Like the art on this is just, I mean, That's fantastic. The artist is Carlos Cranchuga, maybe Cruchaga. Cranchuga. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but it looks phenomenal. Like it reminds me of the Da Vinci Code, like Da Vinci's Demons, maybe, or something like that. It's awesome. Something else to consider here, and I just was reading this. There are going to be blitz decks that are going to be released. Obviously, that's kind of a standard thing that I'm used to seeing now. Is there's going to be blitz decks in regards to any new set that's coming out that's going to be, it looks like a draftable set. But in this case, there's still the 40 card decks with hero and weapon, but there are 6 decks in a display, 1 of each heroes, and then it says 4 displays per case. So that means that you had blocks of like 8, which was 4 of the 2 and 2. Now these are boxes of 6, and the 6 gives 1 of each hero, which actually makes a lot of freaking sense, because if I'm going to jump back in, I'm going to go ahead and also, like, that's going to, for lack of a better word, that's going to give me 1 of every hero. I want it that way. And I guess I can say for the first official time in my YouTube history that while I didn't guess this, I alluded to it with the History Pack 1 prints, hoping that they would bring back the, like, blitz decks for the first heroes. And if I'm understanding this right, we are getting a blitz deck for, let's see here, for Azalea and Katsu and Benji. Azalea, Katsu, and Benji. That is 3 blitz decks of the original hero. 2 that I would have maybe expected. Benji, that was a curveball. Didn't see that coming at all. I didn't see any of this coming at all. The hybrid cards, that's awesome. Like, I don't know, there's nothing, I could think of nothing that would make you be like, well, this set sucks, because that's an impossibility at this point. Like, I am beyond excited. Now, what scares me is if that's all the heroes, we were all wrong. There's no mechanologist in this set. Or if there is some sort of mechanologist, then it's not.
No!
It's on a dual class card, so like it'd be like Ranger / Mechanologist, and then I can use those cards for other things down the road and maybe bolster my deck. But there's no more thought that there's going to be a mechanologist in the mix. So in the pits, it sounds like the thought of the mechanologist is now, gone. So rest in peace, mechanologist. You'll have your day to shine. But, I mean, seriously, these characters are awesome looking, and it's exciting that they're not sticking with the standard 40-20, 40-20. Looks like Riptide is a 38-19, so the adult and young, and Arachne is a 19 young, and then Usari Switchblade is a 40, and Usari is a 20, so does that mean that the... Oh, wait, hold on. I was wrong. I see a Azalea Ace in the Hole adult. I see an Azalea Young. I see a Riptide Ranger adult. That's 2. Riptide Young. I only see the Assassin Hero as a young, meaning that maybe they don't want you drafting that as part of the set. Oh, but then there's a different Usari Switchblade, so that's 3. That's the other adult. Then you have Katsu, so that's the 4. So that was a little weird, like, for me to look through that, but that now makes some sense. But it just means that Blitz is going to be interesting too, because now you're going to have some Blitz stuff there. I'm just rambling at this point, but like, this is pretty freaking awesome. There's marketing, there's the logo. I'll slap that up there for you. There's an order sheet, so I'm going to go look at that order sheet real quick. If you don't know about this, there's an asset section that you can take a look at stuff. Typically, they put that out when the set's released. And there's some pretty sweet stuff. Sometimes you can find like little nitpicks of artwork or things that you may not notice. Looks like there's an advertisement for Pro Tour here in Baltimore, Maryland, April 27th through the 30th, 2023. So that's interesting. If I can manage to make that, I don't know. That's kind of far. I don't know, Maryland. I'm in Midwest, so I could try to make that. Be interesting. All right, let's see here. Outsiders, March 24th. Whoa! Whoa, hey! Available languages: English, Spanish, German, French, Italian. It's now releasing in 5 languages. The 4 black border that we had for the other history packs and in English. So that means that this will be the first unilaterally released set that's going to have. That means that I'm going to try to have. I want some of the other languages now. Can I get that? How can I get that? Is that that's going to be interesting. That just made set collecting a lot harder. Dang it. Dang it! It's a 239 card set, 16 cards per pack, so similar to Uprising, it looks like there's going to be probably 2 tokens and some other stuff. Looks like 4 per display. There's 1 Fabled, 5 Legendaries, 31 Majestics, 51 Rares, 128 Commons, 20 tokens, and 3 Marvels. So they've drastically reduced the amount of Marvels, it looks like. But it sounds like the 3 Marvels are the 3 Plagues that they're referring to. So that's kind of interesting. 239 cards. I'll have to kind of do some comparisons. I'll put a little chart here for you with the last couple of sets and how big they were. But the 239 feels like it's middle of the road. I don't think it's a Monarch size, but I think it's bigger than WTR. They're going back with the 3 pack arts, so there's going to be 3 different pack arts. Boom, boom, boom. Oh my gosh, yeah, they got a lot. Oh my gosh, this is so much. I don't know what to do. Yeah, because they got English barcodes, Spanish barcodes, German barcodes, French barcodes, Italian barcodes, which means you can basically get both booster packs, booster displays. I'm assuming this includes the Blitz decks as well. I don't see any reason to assume that the Blitz decks are not. Oh, yep, and when you go further down, booster pack display, this is a 6-page document. Yeah, oh, yeah, and there they are at the very bottom on page 6 right there. You got Blitz decks display in English, Spanish, German. Wow. Oh man. Oh yeah, that's gonna be awesome. Release March 24th. That's confirmed. Their MSRP is gonna be $11.99. So 6 times 12 is gonna be your base cost to get into all of those heroes. So that is $72. $72 gets you 1 of each. Man. I want to edit this and get it out like right now. It's 8, so I could probably do that. I need to do some other stuff though. So I am going to wrap this up. I'm going to try to get this out tomorrow morning or midday. Thank you so much for listening to this. I am very excited, as you can tell. I think that this set is awesome, even if there are no mechanologists. So that's cool. I am really curious to see the dual class. If the dual class cards only apply to the intermixings within there, or if they're going to sneak in some stuff. Because could you imagine like a card? It can't be on generics, right? Because generics are the idea with generics, so they're going to be everywhere. They're going to be in any class. So if they have a card that's like, you know, Ranger and Warrior, maybe that means, or what was their exact example? I want to look at the specific example that they gave. That one was, I think it was Assassin and Ranger. So that goes between Assassin and Ranger. So what if they had like a Ranger Warrior, or a, you know, is it, I don't know if it's going to be within the same set exclusive only. I don't know if you're only going to see dual class Ranger Assassin cards just to make the draft experience better, or if they're going to cherry pick and throw in some weird interesting ones like a Assassin Warrior or an Assassin Ranger or an Assassin Mechanologist or something. If they're going to dual class the cards, I think that's going to be awesome. I really do. So I will let others speak to the validity of how good that card is going to be and what it does. But like I said, the artwork looks freaking phenomenal. So, all right. Have a good night. See you later. Enjoy. And I'd pre-order some stuff or start getting your books ready, because this is going to be a big old... I'm going to go broke on this.
Your captain.
solid draftable set to feature multiple heroes within each class, making it the most dynamical. But are you drafting Katsu or Bendy? Eat Bendy. I think that's where my thing broke. Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! What happened? Oh shit! Okay, we're gonna go off script.